Hey guys, as you may or may not know, Apple recently released the iPad 2, and along with that are planning to release iOS 4.3. Now, sadly, they've, after 3 years, decided to cut support for the second generation iPod Touch, so I won't be receiving that update. But nevertheless, I decided now it might be a good time to try something new, and I decided to jailbreak. So, one of the first things I want to show you with a jailbreak is this. It doesn't look like very interesting to those who have a third or fourth generation iPod Touch, but quite interesting for me because I can now get a custom background on my home screen. If you see a normal second generation iPod Touch that hasn't been jailbroken, it just stays with the black background for the home screen, even if they've upgraded to iOS 4. Being able to get a custom wallpaper on your iPod Touch is made possible with an app called ZToggle. And basically what that does is, if you go into your settings, go to wallpaper, first thing you'll notice here is that you have options to change both the lock screen and home screen wallpapers. Now normally this would just appear as just one pane, which would allow you to change just the lock screen wallpaper. So that's a pretty cool thing that they've done there. So if I go to saved photos, I'll go choose this Apple one. If I choose set, like on the other iOS devices that normally support this feature, you can set it either as the lock screen or the home screen or both. Another interesting app that you can get by jailbreaking is Backgrounder, and Backgrounder lets you run apps in the background, so you can keep any app, I think, in either a frozen state or in whatever iOS 4 normally supports for devices that will run it. As you can see here, Backgrounder's got lots and lots of settings. Won't go through any of them, might take a little bit too much time. And it isn't really useful unless you have an app that supports it. So I actually got this app called Multiflow. Now Multiflow is basically multitasking for devices that don't support it. So if I double tap the home button, I get multitasking here. So see, I've got settings already open, so I can tap on that and it'll go into settings. Say if I press sounds, and I'll leave it at that, I'll go into Safari, open up Apple's homepage, and then if I double tap the home button now, I get both the apps. So it does look pretty different to what iOS 4 normally gives you, but some people might find this better, some might prefer the little icons that come at the bottom, but I find it pretty useful. Because, you know, for a device that can't really do multitasking, it's a pretty impressive feat, and it doesn't really lag up the iPod Touch too much, and it doesn't really kill battery life either. Multiflow has also got a couple of settings itself, and it also works with another app called Activator, which I'll get to in a second. You can change the interface to use it like a feature on macOS 10 called Expose, or to do something called Cards, which kind of looks like Safari. Now Activator is an app which really does heaps of customization for your iOS device. You can tell it to do lots of things like open certain applications when you hit certain buttons. So say for example if I choose at home screen, I'll go down to the sleep button, I'll go to status bar. Say if I double tap the status bar, I'll make it do something like activating the camera app. And I know what you're thinking, this is a second generation iPod Touch, doesn't have a camera on it, so how would that work? But funnily enough, it actually does work. Have a look at this. Now obviously it's not going to open up since there is no camera on this device, but as you can see, Activator can be pretty useful for those that want to use it. And I think it's also pretty interesting because I've learned that for some reason Apple's decided to include the camera app on an iOS device which doesn't really support it. Funnily enough, you can still use it to access all of your saved photos. The next feature I'm going to show you is Barrel. What Barrel does is it lets you change, you know, the standard home screen animation when you move across multiple home screens. Barrel lets you customize this. They've got some really great effects built in. So for example, if I choose cube outside, go back here, watch as I move my thumb across the screen. Look at that, it gives this nice 3D cube effect. Go back in there, I'll choose something like page slide up. I go across. Some other ones. Curl and roll away. That's I find this really nice. Have a look at that. Pretty crazy stuff. Another interesting feature is side delete. What side delete does is it lets you delete jailbroken apps straight from the home screen. Normally you need to dive into Cydia and delete the packages from there to get rid of jailbroken apps, but you can do this straight from the home screen, just like any other normal App Store application. The last feature I have to show you is GraviBoard. GraviBoard is a really fun addition, and I recommend it to anyone, just because it's pure entertainment. I'll show you. Okay, so you use Activator to specify how you want to start GraviBoard. I've set it so when I shake my device it'll activate it, so give it a shake. And take a look at this. It uses the accelerometer built in on my iPod Touch, and it just juggles around all of the app icons. Kind of similar to Jellycar if you have ever played the original, how all the level icons sort of respond to gravity like this. If I hit the home button, it snaps back in. I'll try it on the second home screen. That's pretty cool. You can also fling stuff around like that. Or maybe this one. Fling that one. And you can still activate stuff while in GraviBoard. So if I want to click on my photography folder, everything snaps back into place and my photography folder opens up. That's all the jailbroken applications and tweaks that I have right now. But if you have any more to recommend me, please leave a comment below. In particular, if any of you have a certain tweak or app that lets you enable AirPrint on a second generation device, specifically an iPod Touch, please also leave a comment below, as that is something I have been wanting to get. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Remember to rate, comment and subscribe. At this point, you're probably wondering how to actually jailbreak your iOS device. To learn how to do this, visit AbyssalRocket's channel. He's got this video here on how to jailbreak any iOS device that's running iOS 4.2.1. So just click anywhere in this video that he's got and it'll take you directly to it.